Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek at Origins 2017. I'm sitting down with the ever wonderful Mike Elliott, and you brought us another one of your games, which is the Dingo Ate The Baby, which is going to be published by Upper Deck.
Yes. As a disclaimer, the publishers do the flavor. I know the theme can, for some people, might be potentially controversial, but it was like 30 years ago, so it's okay to kind of poke a little fun at even that some serious subjects.
All right,
but it's very light play. Like the intent is it's a light play, humorous game, and not that it's like making fun of something.
And to prove that point, you were showing me in the rule book that it's literally just a two-page spread, and that's everything you need to know for the game. I mean, there we go. That's it. That's the game. So let's dive right in and teach the Dingo Ate The Baby.
All right. So at the beginning of the game, each of the players is going to get a player card and a corresponding pawn. You're going to put that on the board, and that tells you basically what your player color is. There's 6 different colors.
Which I really appreciate. One of them is like a little alien explorer there.
Yeah, as I said, it's kind of a light play, humorous thing.
All right, so that would mean you're black, we got a green player, I'm yellow.
Right. So this game kind of has a little bit of a blackjack feel. The object is to get, each round you're going to roll the die, and you're going to add 10 to that number.
Okay, so 8 to 18.
So everyone in this round is trying to get as close to 18 without going over. If you go over, you can't score any points.
And how about if we get exactly that number?
If you get exactly, then you're first, and you would tie with anyone that had the same score. You would win the round and would score points.
Okay, how are we getting to our magic number?
So each player is going to have one card dealt out to the left of their, to the right of their player card, and then you're going to have 2 cards face down. And then this card goes in the draw pile, and this here is the discard pile, which is important because the discard pile tells us when the round ends. When there's 2 times the number of cards for players in the game in the discard pile, the round will end.
Okay.
So in a 3-player game, when there's 6 cards here, 6 here, the round will end.
Got it.
So during your turn, you have 2 cards in your hand. So you can play a card on yourself at any time. You can play a card on another player if the card either matches the color of their player or the color of a card that's already in their field. So I'm going to go ahead and play. I could play this card here on you, and that puts you up to 14.
Okay.
And then after I play a card, I draw a new card to go do. And we'll skip this player.
Right. But then we'll say likewise. I would play on yours. Let's say because I'm playing on yellow.
Okay. So Cover of Darkness protects the card below it, but when you play it, you can destroy a sign. So
it seemed like a fun thing to do.
So when you play that, you could destroy my other card here.
And there's our first card in the discard pile.
And there's the first card in the discard pile. Now, when I played this one, this elephant here, you'll notice it has the text "Stomp a Lion" on it.
Which we haven't yet. I'm guessing there's cards with lines on them.
There's lines. And if there was a lion, it doesn't matter where the line is.
Oh, it's just going to go to the discard pile.
You can, even though it's played on you, you can stomp a lion on somebody else's pile. So, like if I were to play a card on myself that has, like here's the signature card, the dingo, which eats the baby. So if there's a baby out on another player's layout, then I would basically be able to.
Let's give an example of a couple cards. So we've got some monkeys. There's a baby.
Yeah. So we got the baby.
There's the lion.
There's the baby. The monkey has a power that it can switch color cards, so that you can basically give someone a color, so you can play more cards on it.
I was gonna say, and likewise, how the elephant hits lion in turn hits dingo,
and it's a cycle. Like one of the baby ones is scare. The baby scares an elephant, and not every baby has that. So some of the babies are blankets.
Well, I was going to say, likewise, there were some suns with a defeat a moon, and there's some suns that were just a sun.
Right. So as I said, like the things you can do, you can play a card on yourself at any time. You can play a card on an opponent if it matches. You can also destroy one of your cards and put it in the discard pile, which if you're over 18 is a way to get back under.
Nice thing to do.
Way to get back under.
So you're going to keep jockeying around that magic number until we hit the discard trigger.
But you can only destroy the leftmost card, and then the other card moves over to here. One of the other rules is the card immediately to the right of your character card is protected. So if I had Stomp a Lion and I have a lion here, you can't stomp my lion because it's protected. So you always have one card in front of you, which is your protected card. And if you destroy it, then the next card slides over, and that's not your protected.
All right. So assuming we've hit the end of a round,
so we hit the end of the round, you
and
score.
We'll just say that you have 13, I have 14, and we'll say they have something less than that.
All right, so I score a 1 point for each person I beat, so I would score two points. I'm the green alien, and sorry, I'm black. So I would score 2. You're second, so you beat one person, so you would score 1, and the last place person would not score 2. So you play to a certain number of points. A typical game would be you can play, like for 2-player game you might play to 8 points. For a 4-player game you'll generally play to 15 because the more players there are, the more points you're scoring each round. So the faster the game escalates.
Now, and is this available now?
Yes, this is the first convention where it is available, and so it basically launched today. And it'll be in retail stores very shortly.
Oh, fantastic! And I was gonna say, I mean, typically you're known for things with cards.
Yes, this is a single deck card game.
Right.
I do a lot of trading card games, but I also do.
Right. Now you'd mentioned that has this been around for a while and has been repurposed, or?
No, this was a new design I came up with last year at Essen. Or not this last Essen, the Essen before. I came up with the idea, like, it was kind of like after looking at blackjack, like I got the idea from blackjack. There was like a game that I saw that had like a blackjack component.
Yeah.
And it made me think of like, oh, what if you had a blackjack thing?
I could do a thing with that.
Right, and then it developed into what if there was blackjack where you could play cards on other people? And that idea just kind of got tossed around. My first playtest with this was with a group of designers in Seattle, and it was like an absolute disaster.
Hey, that's generally where most games are born.
But I learned enough from that to kind of figure out what the problems were, and I fixed them, and then pitched it to Upper Deck, and they liked the game and played it for hours.
I was just going to say, it's a good life lesson for any aspiring designers out there that your first time through any design is likely to fall flat on its face and be completely broken your first couple times, even sometimes, before a game eventually emerges.
But it's a really light play, kind of elegant game. You can learn the rules in 3 to 5 minutes, and the game length basically depends on what score you play to and how.
Yep.
So if you want a shorter game, you play to a lower point total. If you want a longer game, marathon game,
right, just keep going. Well, that is literally everything you need to know to play the Dingo Ate The Baby, which is going to be published, has been published by Upper Deck, designed by Mike Elliott, and thank you again.
Thank you.